A stranger cuts you off in traffic. You let it go. A coworker takes credit for your idea in a meeting. You smile and say nothing. Someone bumps into you at the grocery store without apologizing. You keep walking. Then you get home and your partner asks how your day was in the wrong tone, and you explode. You hear yourself doing it. You know it makes no sense. The person who deserves it least gets the worst of you. By the end of this, you will know exactly why this happens, and it has nothing to do with how much you love them. This is not random. It follows a pattern you have watched for years. The people who push you hardest see nothing. The people who wrong you openly get patience. The person who loves you most gets the version of you that you would be ashamed to show anyone else. The worse your day, the worse the explosion. And the cruelest part is that you see it happening in real time and cannot stop it. Here is what is actually going on. Your brain runs two completely different systems depending on who it thinks you are talking to. With strangers, coworkers, acquaintances, even friends, a specific set of filters stays active. These filters monitor your tone. They smooth your reactions. They stop you from saying the first thing that comes into your head. Every interaction with someone outside your inner circle keeps those filters running. And running those filters costs energy, real energy, measurable energy. Every time you hold back a reaction at work, your brain spends a resource. Every time you let something go in traffic, you burn a little more. By the time you walk through your front door, that resource is almost gone. You are running on fumes. And then your partner says something. Anything. It does not matter what. The filter tries to activate, and there is nothing left to power it. The reaction comes out raw. But that is only half of the mechanism. The other half is what happens the moment your brain recognizes your partner. Deep in your nervous system, there is a classification process that runs automatically. It divides every person you encounter into two categories: threat or safe. Strangers default to threat until proven otherwise. That is why the filters stay on. Your brain does not know if that coworker will retaliate. It does not know if that stranger will escalate, so it keeps you controlled. But your partner is classified differently. Your brain has marked them as unconditionally safe. And the moment that classification activates, something happens that most people never notice. The filters do not just weaken, they shut off completely. Your nervous system stops treating the interaction as something that needs to be managed. It relaxes. And when it relaxes, everything you have been holding back all day has nothing blocking it anymore. The frustration from the meeting, the anger from traffic, the exhaustion from pretending to be fine. All of it was still there. It was just being suppressed. And the second your brain decides it is safe to stop suppressing, it all comes out. Not because your partner caused it, because they are the only person your brain trusts enough to see it. This is not a flaw in your relationship. This is your nervous system giving your partner a compliment it gives to almost no one else. You are safe enough to see me without the mask. The problem is that the compliment is destructive, because what comes out when the mask drops is not love. It is every sharp edge you have been filing down all day to fit into the world. Your partner does not experience it as trust. They experience it as an attack. And they're right. It is an attack. The fact that it comes from a place of safety does not change the impact. This is the intimacy paradox. The same mechanism that allows deep connection is the exact mechanism that allows deep harm. Emotional safety creates the space for you to be fully yourself. And being fully yourself includes being the version of you that is overwhelmed, depleted, and out of control. Your partner gets that version not because you respect them less, because you trust them more. Here is where it gets worse. This system does not stay neutral. It evolves. The first time you snap and your partner forgives you, your brain logs that information. It learns that this person will tolerate your worst and stay. And once it learns that, the classification shifts slightly. Your partner moves from safe to unconditionally safe. And unconditionally safe means the brain stops monitoring consequences entirely. You would never speak to your boss the way you speak to your partner during a fight. because your brain knows your boss might fire you. But your partner? Your brain has decided they will not leave. So the brake system that keeps you in check with everyone else never even engages. This is not conscious. You are not deciding to treat your partner worse. Your brain is making a calculated risk assessment and concluding that this relationship can handle the impact. And for a while, it can. Your partner absorbs it. They forgive you. They tell themselves, you had a bad day. But every time it happens, something small breaks. Not all at once, not visibly, but the foundation of safety that made your brain classify them as unconditionally safe in the first place starts to crack. Because safety is not actually unconditional. It is built on trust, and trust erodes under repeated harm. The anger you release because you feel safe is the same anger that destroys the safety. You are draining the account you are spending from, and most people do not notice until the account is empty and their partner is gone. This is not about being a bad person. This is about a system that was built for a world that no longer exists. You were not designed to suppress reactions for 8 hours straight and then be calm at home. No one is. Your ancestors did not spend their day navigating office politics and rush hour traffic and then come home to a partner who expected emotional regulation. The people who frustrated them were right in front of them, and they could react immediately. The pressure never built up because it never had to be held. Modern life broke that system. It requires you to hold everything in all day and then act like the pressure does not exist the moment you see someone you love. And it does not work. The explosion is not a failure of love, it is a failure of capacity. But the person on the receiving end does not feel your lack of capacity. They feel your anger, and the distinction does not matter to them. So why do you snap at your partner but smile at strangers? Because your brain classifies your partner as emotionally safe, which deactivates the social filters that stay active with everyone else. Strangers get you with the mask on. Your partner gets you with the mask off. And when the mask comes off at the end of a day spent holding everything together, what comes out is not the best of you. It is everything you have been suppressing. The snap is not about your partner. It is about the fact that they are the only person your nervous system trusts enough to stop performing for. The anger is not proof you love them less. It is proof you trust them more. But trust without repair becomes permission, and permission becomes contempt. And contempt is what ends relationships. The mechanism does not go away. You cannot stop your brain from classifying your partner as safe, and you should not want to. That classification is what allows intimacy to exist. But you can interrupt what happens after the classification kicks in. You can notice when you walk through the door that you are not neutral, that you are still carrying the day. And you can take 10 minutes before you engage, not to avoid your partner, to let your nervous system finish the transition from work mode to home mode without using your partner as the landing pad. You can name what is happening out loud. I had a terrible day, and I can feel that I am not okay right now. That sentence alone reduces the chance of an explosion by half, because it moves the process from automatic to conscious, and once it is conscious, you have access to choice. The anger will still be there, but it does not have to come out as a weapon. Your partner is not your enemy. They are the person your brain trusted enough to let the guard down around. The goal is not to put the guard back up. It is to make sure that when it comes down, what comes out does not destroy the thing that made you feel safe enough to lower it in the first place.